What up, everybody? Thanks again for tuning in to the Activated Podcast. This is sort of an intro before the intro. The episode was pre-recorded a couple weeks ago, hence the reason why I have to do this now. I wanted to announce a couple things. Activated Podcast, currently it is available on both iTunes and Google Play Music. So if those avenues are much easier for you to listen to, please make sure you go on there and you subscribe that way. I believe it does download directly to your phone or something crazy like that. So if that makes it easy on you, please go ahead and subscribe to it. I just kind of want to announce it. It is a big deal to me. So, I'm happy to just let you guys know. Also, if you've enjoyed the episode so far, I believe it's number 6. Please just make sure you tell one more person about it, spread the word, and I appreciate that very much. And also, I've spoke to a couple people about it. This episode does drop every Friday. So, and I know people still talking to me about the first, second episode, or actually the first, and I'm like, no, this is every week, every Friday. So if you're listening to this, just know that this drops tomorrow, Friday, and then the following Friday, and then we'll figure out how to handle this with the holidays. So big shout out to my friend Shayna. She is on this episode as she's here to help me discuss. We're talking about social media, do it for the gram. So thanks everybody. Make sure you follow all the handles on social media, which is Activated Podcast. And you've officially been activated. Peace. Mic check 1 2. What up? What up? Thanks again for tuning in. This is the Activated Podcast. One more time, I am your host Ibu, and today we will be getting into, which I think a lot of people will appreciate a little bit. Something that's been on my mind for a while, and I wanted to give my perspective to this topic. And I think a lot of people, this is a conversation that a lot of people will enjoy, and I'm sure a lot of people will have their own input, right? And to help me with the conversation today, once again, I reached out to a very good friend. Last time, a lot of people saying, man, you got a lot of good friends. Of course I do. Okay. Stop hating. Okay. I've formed a lot of good relationship. I think that even though sometimes we lose track of each other, when we do link up, it's love. And it's always appreciated when somebody decides to give me their time, an hour or two to come and, have these conversations with me on my podcast. I appreciate it. And today I have my good friend. I'm trying to understand, what name should I call you? Because I usually say Butter.
Butter's good.
Or Shayna.
Shay's good.
Shay?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a new one. I never heard of that. Because yesterday I kept saying Butter at your Christmas. I say Christmas at your birthday party. And by the way, Shayna just turned the big. Should we say how old?
No.
Listen, you don't look a day older than 19, but she just turned a good age. We're going to leave it at that. She literally just kicked me now. But we're out at her birthday dinner celebrating, and I kept saying Butters, and everybody was saying Shayna, and I was like, wait, am I not getting the right name?
You're good. You're good.
So now I'll let you, for those of you that don't know you, of course, probably most people wouldn't know unless we do have mutual friends, but I want to say, don't tell us about you, but like, if you meet somebody off the street and you have to tell them 3 things about yourself.
I'm a student.
There you go.
I have a dog. And I live in the East End.
East End of, for those that don't understand, that's Toronto, Scarborough?
Yes, Scarborough.
Because other people like East, even me, to be honest with you, whenever people say West End, I'm still confused about that. And I've been in Toronto damn near 10 years. I was thinking, when you say student, so what are you currently studying? For those that are curious.
City planning, yay! Future city planner over here.
You don't look too excited about the whole. You look like you rehearsed that reaction, like yay.
I'm ready to graduate. I'm tired of being in school, to be honest. But, gotta do what you gotta do.
for people that don't understand, what does a city planner really do?
Plans a city. Like, there's a lot of things. People work in development, they work in planning, wow, planning communities, zoning, different roadways, and hopefully I'll get on that DVP gardener bullshit. And am I allowed to swear on this thing?
Of course. This is the whole point. I always tell people, listen, man, you come up here, be yourself. This is our platform. We're allowed to do whatever we want.
Yeah, we're gonna.
But what's going on with the DVP and
the gardener? We gotta redesign that thing. It's falling apart. Someone's gonna die soon. So
is it
hopefully.
like? But how crazy that? And for those that don't understand, the Gardeners is one of the main highway that would drive you downtown Toronto, right? And it's an elevated highway.
And it's falling apart.
How old is that thing? I think like it was from the '60s, right?
I don't even know.
And I guess they're trying to get. But my whole thing is, as I'm thinking about it, how would that even happen? Because traffic going downtown right now, it is bananas. So now you mean to tell me they're gonna tear it? Because they have to tear it down to put a new back up.
Yeah, but they could just add another highway. This is Toronto.
You're like, what? But where they gonna find the space? There's already Lakeshore.
Make it happen.
Anyways, I'm curious because I know that talks has been going on for a long time. Even when I was working downtown, they used to go in there and kind of patch up the highway. Like I say, it's an elevated highway to run, and there's a Lakeshore that runs underneath of it in some part of the city, and this is like the main road that drives you downtown. So you gotta understand, in a city like Toronto, how many million people in the GTA? Like 6, 7. I think overall, when you count the suburbs, it's about 6 million or so.
Something like that. Yeah.
Just the city of Toronto alone is about 2 million. So, in the 3-lane highway that drives you downtown is very. You got it's as busy as it is now. I don't imagine what that would do like. But we're gonna let these fake politicians worry about it. But today, the topic that was a little extra for y'all to digest. But today, the topic we're gonna get into is social media. At some point in time, you've decided to step away from social media. Like, what drives a person to get to that level?
For me, at least, I just felt like it was taking up too much of my time. Time that I could have been spending working towards my goals,
Right.
I was spending going through my Snap feed or posting on Instagram or stalking people online. I'm being real with you.
Stalking. But with me, I've never, and I don't know why, but I've never got to the point where I felt like social media was that had that much of an impact in my life. So I've never disconnected. I've been on social media damn near 10 plus years. Like, of course, Facebook reminds me of that. Oh, you said this 10 years ago. And it sounds crazy, but like I've never felt like I needed to step away to like work on myself, because I think I've always, adjacent to whatever I was doing, social media is fun. And plus, I always tell people, the only time I check snaps is when I'm on Wi-Fi. No wonder it burns your data. So that's why a lot of y'all got your phone bills high as shit. Because you're on the train looking to, but it is true. And it's like, and it consumes so much. And me personally, I have it where if you see me even responding to your snap, I'm at somebody's house. I'm at my house. I'm at Starbucks. I mean, whatever, and I only check it when I'm in those, same thing with Instagram too. Like I'm a little bit disconnected on it, but I will post, but just to check what everybody's doing, unless it's not costing me no money, I'm not doing that.
No, I'll be honest with you. I went through a phase where before I even brushed my teeth in the morning, I was on Snapchat. So
wow,
I felt like I needed a break. And plus, like last year, I started to go back to school.
Right.
I was like, I need to
focus
on that.
So is social media good or bad? What, like, from your perspective, like, what do you think? Is it good for us, or is it just fucking us up for the long, like in the future, in the long run?
I don't think there's anything wrong with social media. It's just like anything else, right? In moderation. I don't really spend as much time as I used to on social media, but I try to It's a good way to keep connected, especially to people that you don't see all the time. Look, when was the last time I saw you before?
That is a fact. You know what? I was thinking about it because to give you all a little bit of perspective, and I talked about this on my previous podcast, and if you have not listened to it, please go back and check out the second episode when I was talking about when I first moved to Toronto and I was living in at Black Creek, and that is actually where I met Shayna. So I met her very early on in my, in my move to the city, and at that time we used to hang out almost every day. Like, I used to come around. I wouldn't say why you was coming around, but wasn't for me. But she was around, and we would spend we would be outside till like 6 in the morning. We'd be at Tim Horton just doing nothing per se. And I think when I moved to Brampton, and the reason why I stopped going back to Black Creek, I also talk about it in my second episode. You guys hear this? I'm just plugging it. Please go back and listen to the beginning. And I think once I stopped going back there, we lost touch. Like, I wouldn't even see you and anything like that. And then one time I was around York University Village. I don't know if you remember. No, she don't remember. I came out of the barber and I ran into you. You was walking over the lower hill. You was going to what's it called? Four Winds.
Oh yes.
Your memory is terrible.
That was like a while ago.
Yeah,
that was like 3 years ago.
That was the first time that me and you have reconnected, because at the end of that conversation I asked for your phone number. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, give me your phone number, we should hang out, whatever it was. And then also what that led to is I added you, or you added me, I don't even know. I think maybe I did. Doesn't even matter. I added you on my Snapchat. And then obviously Snapchat is real time, so then you started, almost felt like I used to see your snap every day. I'm sure you've seen mine. And I think that was the build up to now we've reconnected all the way. You even started inviting me to your birthday celebration, which I'm very grateful of. Which I've been left out of there for a few years. But just to show you, I think when to wrap it up to the story I was trying to say is sometimes social media is a good thing, because it does allow us to, because I don't think without that will we even have seen each other again.
Hopefully. Man, you make it sound so terrible.
No, but I mean
dash you away.
that's how I felt. No, but
Shut up.
It also because you live in a different part of the city, and so do I, and we have different circles. So it would be very, like, the chance of us running each other would be very rare, I would think.
Well, I'm down with the Nigerians now, so.
Oh yeah, and we've converted Shayna from dating Caribbean men. She's now full-fledged Nigerian.
Stop.
And Ghana. Oh, by the way, are you taking new applications, or we?
No, not
because
right
somebody gonna come out and be like, yo, that girl. You know what I mean? Somebody would. I know, man.
I'm not accepting applications.
Am I allowed to
time.
be like? But you're gonna have to give us your social media information at the end.
Okay.
Okay, so you hear that? So if you do hear, if you're interested, please. Africans only, by the way. Africans only. And so I have another question. Because I feel like when it comes to social media as well, we have people that we know and we grew up with, and they've now, created this life on social media, and they are what I think is, they're popular. Let's just put it this way. And some of these people as well, even when you follow them on social media, they don't follow you back. But these are people that you actually know. Like, how do you feel about that?
I feel like it's everyone's right to not want to follow you. If you want to follow me, great.
You won't feel ways about it. Think about it this way. You're not knowing each other for a long time. Mm-hmm. And let's say now to the public perception, I'm not that guy that you remember. And, even like, follow is a very, maybe it's minor or whatever it is, but I feel like, how do you stun on people or look? It's almost like looking down at somebody that where that person comes from.
Yeah, but you also have to consider everyone doesn't have the same social media habits. Like, for instance, if it was me and it's one of my good friends and, she doesn't follow me back or he doesn't follow me back, I'd be like, bitch, you better fucking follow me back. hey.
So you would tell them.
I would tell them, yeah,
Yeah.
but if it's like someone I don't really care about,
Yeah.
and maybe I went to high school with you or whatever, like who cares? Who gives a fuck? I'll just unfollow them. To
Oh, really?
be honest, sure, you don't want to follow me back, great. Okay.
I mean, yeah, and the people that I might even referring to, like I said, it's people that we come from the same places, people we used to hang out with, people that I know. And I also remember when I first moved to Toronto, it was for a little bit of time, like I literally had people that just wanted to be around me just because I sounded different and whatever it was. And they used to literally like beg me to hang out with me, right? And as time passed, people, they choose their own path in life, and when we reconnect, it's a lot of, I would say, a lot of fakeness. Now they've put themselves on a higher pedestal, and to me, I can never feel like that. If I know you per se, like we've had conversation, we hung out, I can never look at you and be like, oh no, like I think I'm bigger, and
That's
whatever.
fair. That's fair, but some people think they're fake famous and shit. Like,
Fake famous.
out here trying to diss people. Like, okay, I don't need to follow you. I don't know. I don't take those things personally. I just keep it moving. Like, especially if the person's not that important to you to begin with. Like,
Right.
who cares? If I don't have your number, then it doesn't really matter anyway. That's how I feel.
Okay. Good. Okay. That's a good way to look at. I'm everything I do with passion. So I think sometimes not that I feel ways, but it's like you're not bigger than the cause in a sense. But I mean, like I said, the same people that do that are not as. I think a lot of it is they're dealing with different issues. Like I said, like maybe they're in high school, they weren't getting that kind of attention, and I'm starting to realize I care less and less about that. Anyways, like I couldn't if the attention, if it's not genuine that I'm getting, even like I'll look at a page and go, how do you have 10,000 followers but you only get 50 likes?
They're all drones and bots.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah, they pay for followers. You don't know people pay for followers?
I knew celebrity, but that's what I'm saying. Like when we're talking about bigger celebrities, but I'm talking about like just guys that to me they regular dudes,
They have apps. I'm not even joking. I've seen people with it.
and they add the follow. Oh.
Yeah, and they will add people for you and like follow people for you, so then they follow back, and then when they follow back, they'll like unfollow the account.
You are just social media. See, I don't know nothing about that.
And it's cheap too. I think it's like $10.
You gotta pay $10 to. That's insane. Me, I think my social media. It's really, if I don't know you, I've never had an interaction with you. Like I don't really care to like I won't follow just random people. And also on my social media, I don't follow celebrities. Like I think I follow 2 celebrities. It's Lil Duval. I don't know if you know him, and 50 Cent. I think that's it. Everybody else that I follow are actual. Because I think when you start to follow, let's say, I don't know, example, a Cardi B, not even a Cardi B, but somebody that's really, really famous. How do we draw our inspiration from that? Because now we're, not to say don't think high, like don't have high expectations, but it's like I could relate better to somebody that I knew, grew up with, or came from the same surrounding or environment, see them, maybe purchase a house, and I could look and be like, yo, that is attainable for me, because if he's able to do it, why not me? So I get inspired by, like, don't want to say regular people, but like not to undermine that word, but I'm more inspiring by people to really live in their truth in a way than like people with false sense of, celebrity status or whatever it is. So I don't follow, if any celebrities on my page. What about you?
I follow a lot of celebrities and a lot of hair accounts. I'm not gonna lie. All these natural hair accounts have me like loving myself these days. Like, yes, curly girls, but yeah, to each their own. Like, I have friends who refuse to follow celebrities, but I think that's more of an insecurity thing than,
Oh, okay.
Like, they have this body looking this way and you want that, or you don't have that. And I guess it's like a way to boost your own confidence, or right. I don't know. But to be honest, I don't care about celebrities. I just like to watch.
Yeah. I think consciously I've never thought of, like I'm just recently thinking a lot more, and I was like, oh, that's weird. Like I I'm not enticed. Like it does not stir any emotions out of me to follow somebody else that's like want to put a picture of a Bugatti.
So did you watch the Gucci wedding?
I didn't care. People kept like I just didn't. I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like it. Shout out to like I guess Gucci man. His story is amazing, but I can't relate. Like I didn't grow up. I don't know what his story is in a sense. It doesn't inspire me. But I did find out that his wife was Caribbean.
I
So I was
didn't.
like, oh, that makes sense. He went to jail for like sex. And she stuck around. You guys, you guys ain't going. I always tell you ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? That makes sense because I thought she was African American, but I was like, oh, she's from I think Jamaica. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You guys are really, you guys are very supportive.
You guys.
Yeah, you. I was just saying. Anyways, that is my opinion. Don't kill me for it, but I think Caribbean African women have a patient side to them. Like they could pull through a lot of things, but then just don't get on the crazy ones because I ain't gonna get in. I got some crazy stories.
Don't we all?
Now, another question that I have: when you're in a relationship, should you share it? And is there a thing? Like, is there such thing as oversharing? What you think?
I feel like you should share, maybe not in the beginning. Like, okay, my thing is people will evil eye you, right?
Right.
People are bad minds. So you'll have people that, they see your picture, you're up there with your man, you're up there with your woman, and, they're like, oh,
He not that cute.
yeah. Oh, she with that broke nigga. Oh. like, oh, he didn't want to go out with me, but her body's not even as, you know what I mean? Like
They'll
people
find
hate
a way
on you,
to
and they might not
take
say
apart.
it. They won't say anything to you, but and I feel like energy is important, right?
Right,
I don't
right.
want to be putting out that kind of negativity on my relationship, especially when it's new. But at the same time, like I feel like especially if you share a lot on social media, I feel like at a certain point you have to have something about your relationship on there. Like you
Yeah.
can't just ignore that entire aspect of your life and just say, okay, well, nobody on social media has to know about my man or my woman or whatever.
I have a thing where I would never put my relationship on social media, and I know it sounds crazy, but my thing is this is what I came down to understand that when I decide to step into the limelight or decide to to put it like I control that. So if I'm getting a lot of hate, that's cool because I decided to share and give you an insight to my life. But when I start to share, like let's say for example, somebody don't like me, and then I put somebody that I really care about on social media, and you dare to step out of line, then it's a like I'm gonna be fighting my whole life per se, right? Because you could put a girl up and oh she's not that pretty, oh she's this, and it's like, and that would drive me insane. And I also feel like because of how I come at people a lot of times, is that energy would then be put on those that I care about. Even the whole, when I talked about it before, like the whole Mother's Day, Mother's Day, everybody got, they picture their mom and the little speech. I stopped doing that because I was like, why am I trying to convince you how much I care about my mom?
But the thing is, I don't feel like it's about trying to convince anybody. If, like, say, for instance, I don't know, me and my man, we go on vacation, and I'm enjoying my vacation.
You're
and
in a vacation, okay.
We're laid up on the beach or something. I want to take a sexy photo and put it on Instagram. Best believe I'm putting that shit on Instagram. Because if I was there with my girlfriends, that would have been up for a long time. So, why not?
But people do. So you really don't. And I know sometimes we do say like I don't care what people think, but is that really true? Like because as much as we like to say I don't care about what people think, but we still kind of do. It just depends, I guess, how much we feed into that. But like I could sit there and tell you, I don't care how you feel about who I date. But if you really say something, I might go back and I might be thinking about it for a day. Like that's and it starts to I feel like dig up some things that you wasn't even concerned about to begin with.
I just feel like you need to be really secure and like know your partner and be okay with people maybe not approving of whatever it is that you have to share.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you shouldn't be looking for other people's validation about your relationship. If you decide to post something about your relationship, it shouldn't be because, oh, you want the likes, or oh, because, you're wondering if this girl's gonna, make a comment, or like that kind of shit. Because at the end of the day, then why are you in the relationship? Then that makes me think about your motives behind even being with this person. You're doing it to please someone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's supposed to be about the two of you.
Yeah, and also when you run into problems, because this is how really I find out when you stay with your man or not. I go on your social media and I start to check. As soon as I see you stop posting him, but take a look. Listen, fellas, this is for you. If that girl you've been chasing for a long time, she is posting crazy about her little boyfriend, she's oversharing. Just give it time. Give it about 6 months. Soon as the winter clears out, right? Because in wintertime, a lot of people stay in a relationship. It's cold. You little need extra warmth. Soon as that clears out, check about spring, because you'll start to see, pictures not being posted, and you just gotta go back, and then she starts to remove it. She don't remove it all at once, right? I know you guys got a little technique to it. She starts to remove it until one day you go on there and there's no more pictures. So that is your cue. If you are going to slide up in there, if you are ever going to shoot your shot, this is the time. Is that a fair assessment?
That is fair, because I'll be real with you. I have gone through that.
And also another thing, I've even seen people that are married, right, put up these amazing pictures, these amazing quotes, and then when I'm talking to them, the Instagram is not reflective of what's really going on in their relationship. So I get to thinking, so why are you selling us a dream? I understand the relationship are not perfect, right? But why we only, I guess it's not why, but we only want to share when it's amazing, when it's good. But then as soon as you'll text about, oh, marriage is amazing. Because I like to always ask married people, like, man, that's amazing. How's it going? Mm-hmm. Like, how's your life change? And then here come, oh, this ain't shit. He ain't been home. He come home at 4 a.m. One time, I did ask, I'm not going to put her name out there. I respect her. Got a lot of love for her. I was just checking up on her. She had gotten married and everything was well. And then she sent me like 15-minute voice notes.
Damn.
I didn't even think it was possible
I couldn't
to
even
record.
Listen to a 15-minute voice
you know how I
note.
listened to it on my way home? I can't remember where I was coming from, and I was playing it through my Bluetooth. I got home and I was still in the driveway listening to it. And it was 15 minutes long. And then she was just sharing with me, the challenges. And I think at some point she even thought that marriage was going to be over. And when you look at online, it was really, like, it was a different, you could tell, like, talking to her, it was different what was going on in reality and what was being put out there. And believe it or not, people want to see when shit fuck up. Like, as much we getting, oh, congrats, y'all look amazing. Or they can't wait to kill you soon. Oh, man, see? I knew her pussy was trash. He left her. And it's always, I think, woman gets always the blame because you guys love to share. You can tell when a woman's happy.
Yep.
If you have a selfie, dude's in it, and dude's not even looking at the picture. You can tell he don't care to take. Why do you think you women have this impulse to? And I know men, we don't put nothing out. For many other reasons. Maybe we got a little side joints running around. Whatever it is, right? I'm not here to judge, but why as women, you guys want to share so much and we don't want to share at all? If we can avoid it, at least.
I feel like platforms like Instagram and stuff like that are like the modern day photo book, right? Like, you back in the day, you go to your friend's house and their mom brings out, oh, look at all of these like embarrassing photos, right, and this and that, right? I just feel like that is our way now of kind of sharing a piece of ourselves. And, well, at least in my experience, girls fall harder than guys do.
Really? You think so?
I think so.
I think men are guarded.
I wonder why.
Because we've been getting a lot of no's for a very long time. Some of y'all women have never been turned down for anything. Like, some of y'all, if you want to have sex with a particular dude, you can get it done, right?
That's fair.
Imagine what an ugly dude has to do to get a beautiful woman like you. Like, he got work to do. He got to convince you that his shit is together. If he's ugly, you might overlook that, but he got to be funny, right? He got to be able to talk. You got to at least pay for shit because you are a student. You know what I'm saying? He got, all these things they are a investment that he must do, not knowing if there's a return of investment. If you follow what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I feel like, first of all, before you spend all that money, you get to know the person and see if they actually are feeling you. Like, regardless, well, I can't speak for all women here,
Right.
but I can speak for myself.
Right.
Like, if you're cool and I have a vibe, like, it doesn't really matter. All that other stuff is extra. Like,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
it helps if you're good looking, and it helps if you got a little money, and that stuff helps. But if we vibe and I like you and we spend time together and the conversation's good or whatever the case is, I don't think it's so hard to get a pretty girl. You guys think that pretty girls like have these? They expect you to be like fucking Idris Elba. Like, it really ain't that serious.
Really?
I don't think so.
I think in my past experience, it has gotten easier, right? Because now, especially you're all the way grown, you're mature, and if you can't tell by listening to her, you need to kill yourself. But in a way, like you can tell, like it's to you it's more than just maybe looks or whatever. Like there needs to be a substance there, and I think a lot of guys as we grow older and we're kind of experiencing what I like to, not to say we're being successful, but like we've come full circle in a way. Like, there's girls that 3 years ago I wouldn't even think to approach, and that's just the reality. Because I knew from they're not looking, like it's whatever they see on the outside, and I think we've used to getting that rejection, no, all the time. Like we kind of build a certain, not to say a tolerance to it, but I look at it as math. If I'm interested in a girl, I look at a ratio. What is my success rate? Right? I like to also, you gotta be true with yourself. Like I know that some girls won't be attainable, especially if they don't know me. Like, it's just me coming up to, hey, how you doing? Whatever it is, right? So,
well, at least you got the accent going for you.
Yeah, but you only hear it when I talk to you. Like you want, what I mean? If I'm just,
yeah, but you got to talk to a girl if you want to get to know her, right? If you want to even meet her, you have to introduce yourself. The accent, you can't hide it.
I can't. And it's annoying. As soon as where you from? Okay, relax. Okay. I want to talk about people that use social media to blast other people. Like you've never had the conversation with that particular person, but you use social media as an outlet to talk shit or to even attempt to resolve issues that you have with other people. How you feel about that?
I think that's cowardly. Like, personally, you need to, especially if there's an issue with someone that, you have or had some sort of, intimate or personal relationship with.
Right.
And you don't make an attempt to resolve it or discuss it with them in person or at least on the phone before you go into social media to talk shit, you're just a pussy.
Because I've seen naked picture of guys on social media. Like, and what's crazy is it's not even, they have issue with other guys, and then a girl offered those pictures to they picked a side, gave the picture up. Next thing you're on Facebook and there's like a naked picture of you. How if that ever happened to you, how would you feel?
I'd kill someone. Legit. But you don't be sending naked pictures to people that you don't trust.
I always say, if you want to see some of this nakedness, you better come see this shit live.
Right?
This is not recorded. This is not a PVR.
I always tell guys, like, if I'm talking to him, don't send me no dick pics. I don't want that shit. Like, buddies aren't even cute. Like, don't send that shit to me. I don't want to be in class, open that shit up in a lecture hall, and then there's someone behind me like, oh, who's that?
But you know what? But women, y'all do it, and sometimes I've been distracted where I'm doing something. Next thing I see a pop up come up. Now you guys do this thing with Snap, and then you open it up, and then the rest of your afternoon is all fucked up because she don't send you something. You're like, whoa. And sometimes it's even before I have the first conversation with them. It'd be like, ask, whatever it is, whatever it is. And I always respond and go, why did you send that at 2 in the afternoon? So I'm thinking, you're that bored or whatever it is?
My thing is, if you're sending naked photos to someone in the middle of the day, A, what are you doing? Don't you have a job or
Maybe she work
something?
afternoon or she work nights.
Find something better to do with your time. Go to the gym, cook dinner.
Figure it out, yeah.
Like, if it's your man and you're trying to spice things up or whatever the case is, that's a little different. But like someone that you're just trying to get to know,
Yeah.
and you're just all skin out like, hey, no, that's not
That's not.
cute. And what man's gonna take you seriously after that? Unless they're just trying to smash, and then I guess that's cool. But
Yeah.
like,
Even when you smash, I think there's a level of respect that we should give. I always tell men, it's one thing that if we get what we want, is how you deal with that afterwards. Like it's easy to be like, oh yeah, like, and I hate when we trying to put it on girls and saying that girls are hoes or whatever it is. I mean, me personally, I think if even I'm gonna speak about a woman that I've had whatever with in the past, it's only within my inner circle, which is like 3-4 guys. And for those guys, I can't really hide from them because they know me.
they're in the
But
group chat. You got a group chat on WhatsApp.
my group chat is fire. Oh, it is. Listen, if you ever seen the shit that we talk about in my group chat, but the crazy thing about the group chat, we talk shit about each other. So let's say today I wake up and I post something, and it was trash. Like let's say I try to be inspirational, but somebody will print screen and be like, yo, Ibu, what's going on? What the hell? So we do that with each other, and sometimes we might. I remember a story with my friend. He had posted this online, and then he misspelled the word, and whatever the message he was trying to convey was totally different. We was trying that answer for like 3 months. To this day, like we still get at him about that. But to go back to what we initially started to talk about was resolving our issues online through social media. I always have this thing where I feel like if you have an issue with somebody, you should definitely, the initial response should be to speak to that particular person first.
Definitely.
And if, you guys don't come to an understanding or agreement or whatever it is, then maybe you can put a shit out there in the streets and put it on Facebook or whatever it is. But, I mean, if you do that, if that is your initial, you have issue with this person, whatever, and your initial thing is to go out there and put his life on blast, I think you got to be ready to deal with the consequences of those actions.
And I feel like people who do that have like a lot of their own like issues.
Really?
Because I don't know, like why would you have an issue confronting somebody about something that they've done wrong to you, that if you know them? Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. If I know you and I'm gonna go on social media because you pissed me off and blast you, like I might blast you, but I'll talk to you first. I might.
Sometimes I might throw in subliminals, and it's not even to do with a particular person. And then next thing you know, everybody feel offended about it. And my response to them is always, "Are you guilty? Is this something you're guilty of?" Mm-hmm. Right? I might talk about, if you're a girl, we going on the first date. I'm taking you to the pool first to wash out that makeup or whatever it is. That's just an example. And then you'll see, like I've had people like message me like, "Was that status about me?" Damn. I said, "Do we need to wash out your makeup? What you look like? Are you confident?" You know what I mean? And it's always, and to me, I don't trust me when I put shit out online. It's nothing to do with a particular person, but it definitely comes from I always usually talk about things that I've experienced. So I draw from my own personal experiences and put it out there. But I mean, if the shoe fits, right, you gotta wear it.
I'm telling you, like everyone. Well, I can't say everyone, but you follow me on Snap.
Yeah,
I go on my rants when I'm ready.
Yeah,
but
is it always about guys though?
No, not. It's usually not. But if it is, I'm sure I've already had that conversation with him, and I may not call his name out on Snapchat, but everyone knows who I'm talking about.
Okay. Now, you and I don't have kids. Mm-mm. And if I do have kids, I don't know them. I've not been made aware. No, I'm just talking. Let me stop playing for somebody to listen to this and go. Sorry, case shop is closed. But how do you feel about people that spend their whole entire life putting their kids on social media? Like babies. Like I'm able to even see. I feel like sometimes I'm like a dad. I wake up, I'm like, let me go check on my kids, what they doing today, because people literally will put 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. I've had people like that makes me a little nervous. How you feel about that?
I have mixed feelings about it because, well, it is 2017, and these days kids are born with a friggin' Instagram account. People have Instagram when they're pregnant. They, once they have the baby has their own Instagram account, and
Right.
all they do is. But there has to be a limit. Like,
Would you do it? Like, would you?
No, like I might post a picture of my baby on Instagram once in a while, or maybe on their first birthday or something. But
Right.
I feel like if my kid doesn't explicitly say, "Hey, I want to go. let's take the Snapchat." Like, I have a cousin, my goddaughter actually, I visit her all the time, Bianca.
Yeah. Shout out to B.
Hey, B. But her daughter will like sit on my lap, like, "Oh, I want the dog filter." Like she loves Snapchat, so like we'll do a little. But if she's not asking for that, I'm not gonna be like
Right.
24/7 trying to put her all over my social media, like on her birthday or whatever. Go visit, we're hanging out, we have a date or whatever.
Right.
Cool, but like you don't need to consume my entire feed.
Like every day, but.
But then again, some parents, that's their whole life, right? Your kid is your life. You don't have, maybe they're not working, maybe, who knows?
Do we not fear how? Because I also, like I say, it goes back to thinking. Like I think I'm trying to separate like those that I unconditionally love to put them in the way of, not to say in harm's way, but like, listen, your kid are cute. They're not cute to everybody. Right?
I know. Look at Blue Ivy.
What's wrong?
I'm not saying anything's wrong with Blue Ivy. No.
Oh, you
do not misunderstand what I had to say. But when
you about to jump out there, go ahead.
When Beyonce had that little girl, the amount of people who had something negative to say about that child, I was like, wow, guys, she's a child.
And they don't even put. I don't think they put her out there. It just happens that they.
Yeah.
But I mean that is on a bigger scale. Like,
of course, it's Beyonce.
Beyonce with but like some of us regular folks, you got your little ugly kids. Like, why are we consumed by? And I always tell people, like, you care about your kids. I don't care. So like I do say mean things about other people's kids, because sometimes, and I think it's not even that the kid is ugly or whatever it is. I think it's a frustration that their parents are like trying to convince us. I almost feel like you want us to love your kids, but we don't care. I mean, I don't. Like, I got nephews, and I always had these conversations with my sister. Like, hey man, say some of that for us. Like, we love them. They, why does it has to be a constant thing where we always putting up things about our family? I rarely do it. If I do it, it's really like, I know recently I put my little nephew. He was dancing.
That was awesome.
And he was dancing 15 seconds. I think it was like 10 seconds. And he was dancing, like moving his feet kind of quick. And he stopped for like a quick second. He go, what did he say? Do you want me?
Yeah.
He say something like that. Do you want me? And then he kept, I mean, if you have not seen this video, it is hilarious. But if you haven't seen it, too bad. I put it on my Snap. If you're not on my Snap, you wouldn't have seen it. But, in moments like that, I'd be like, it's hilarious. So I know I put it up. A lot of people were like dying, telling me, I watched that video like 15 times.
I was one of those people.
And it was amazing. But just to try to like put, 2 months, 3 months. I've seen a person like every month they have like the kid sitting there. And they have a sign beside them that says 3 months. And then the next month, we go back. I promise you, the next month it'll be like 6 months, 7 months. I feel like a father sometimes. Like, yeah, my kid is growing up. It's just, you're so invested. I'm like, but what is the point of that? Like, this is a picture that you can take and share with your family. Create your little group chat. Send it in there. One time I got in trouble at work because this lady... the daycare that she goes to, that she brings her son to, they send her a picture like every 3 hours, right? And shit like that. So she was showing a picture. No, her phone was there, and I didn't know it was her phone. So I go, whose big ass baby is that? Whose big headed kid? She was offended. I had to go back and apologize. She didn't say nothing to me, but that's just the type of person I am. Like, I didn't mean it maliciously, but afterwards, she went back. She told everybody else, "Oh my God, I can't believe he did this." And I went back. I was like, "You know what? I apologize. I'm sorry." So ever since then, too, I noticed that subconsciously she stopped killing us with this. oh look, it's 2 p.m. Look at what Jason is doing. I say, yo, baby got a big head, yo. And she felt, but I apologize for her, but I feel like she was just like trying to convince us, like, oh, look at my kid. But I think we're not as invested as you as the parent is. So personally, I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind when that happens. But for now, I would stay away from that.
Yeah. Honestly, I have friends who don't put their kids up on social media, period. Like, I have never seen a photo or anything like that on their social media, and that's cool too. Like, you want to protect your kids? Cool. If you want to expose them, cool. Do what you want. They're your kids, but just know that...
I always say the world is a mean place.
Yeah, like what I said earlier, you know? People put out their energy, and maybe it's not affecting you today, but directly, your kids, but, like, I don't know. Vibes are important.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it has to be. Now, I want to get into something spicier.
Spicy?
Why do you women... Sorry, ladies. I just got to put y'all on the trial stance for a little bit. Why do you guys go to the extent of creating fake accounts to go check on your little boo thing? And why is that?
Okay. First of all...
And have you done it? We want to know. First of all, I want to know if you've done something crazy like that so we can stop people from sliding in your DMs.
No, I do not create fake accounts to stalk my significant others. That's crazy.
Have you used somebody else's account?
No.
Oh, okay. You okay.
I feel like, personally, if you're in a relationship and you feel like you need to spy on them, like
Right.
go through their phone or like follow them on some like fake account or whatever the case is, the relationship's over. It's already done. There's no trust.
Right.
And if there's no trust, there's no point. But with that being said, women are not the only ones who do that shit.
Men do that too?
I know somebody who doesn't even have Instagram, who stalks his girl on Instagram every Monday.
Is that possible?
Yes.
How
because her page is open, so all you have to do is Google her username.
What?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
He has a schedule every Monday.
He goes and he checks.
Every Monday.
But wouldn't it be easier to just ask her, like, hey, baby, can I see your Instagram? No.
Anyway.
Does he... See, I personally, in relationships, I've blocked my significant other from my personal pages. Because it was... And I've done it several times. It wasn't one. So I already know, like, if I get in a relationship with you and... doesn't matter. Like, everybody could justify why, but like the moment that my social media becomes a thing, you're blocked. You're not allowed to see it. Now, what that does is you got to go out of your way, because a lot of girls are like, oh, I wasn't looking for it. It just came up. Cool. Now you're blocked. So if you do see what I'm posting, guess what? you went out of your way to even go back and see it. And to be honest with you, since I've done that, I've had no issues. Like, once you're blocked, you're blocked. Because I do say things sometimes that are...
But my thing is, why do you feel the need to block your significant other on social media? Like, I've had a boyfriend who refused to add me on Facebook. We were together for a year. And he would not...
A year is not long. You need about 10 years to get him on
long enough to be on Facebook.
He's waiting for 10...
And I was just like, okay, why?
So you think when somebody...
There's something to hide.
Really?
Yeah. Why? That doesn't make sense to me. If your neighbor could have you on Facebook and your girl who you claim to love, who you claim to care about, can't have you on Facebook, that's a problem to me.
So in response to that, I would say that my neighbor would not hound me about whose picture I like, right? Let's say
but if your girl's bothering you about liking pics, like, come on now.
I mean, let's be clear, that is one example. Because any smart man out there know that if you're smart, you would not, there's a theory where if you want to like pictures and things like that, you do it at 4 a.m. where everybody sleep.
This is my thing, though. You can like whoever you want. That's what social media is about.
Right.
But don't come sideways on some inappropriate comments or anything like that. That's when it's like, okay, bruh, like, that's not cool. But if you're sending some like hot girl DMs, like, oh, like, I don't know, whatever you have to say to her or about her. And your girl finds out, or but sometimes that's the issue.
You want to give a compliment.
You can like the picture, click the heart button.
That's it.
That's compliment enough. You don't need to be. If you're out in public and you're with your woman, or you're out, you don't even need to be with your woman. If you're out in public
Right.
and you see some fine girl and you think that you need to make a comment to her and say like, "Hey, you look fine," or "I like your dress," or whatever the case is, I feel like you don't need to be doing that if you're with somebody. So if you're with somebody and you need to be sliding in people's DMs to tell them how fine they are, maybe you shouldn't be in a relationship.
That is a woman's perspective. I just want to say, but men, we don't think like that. Okay.
Okay,
We
clearly.
we are, and I think, like I said, it takes a lot of growth and maturity. I think I've gotten better over the years, but I truly believe that if you do make any comment about my social media, you lose that privilege. I know it sounds a little harsh, and I've dealt with this, and I'm dealing with it, and it's like, oh, but that's just, honestly, that's my stand on it. And like I said, what we're talking about today is just my perspective on things.
course.
You don't gotta agree with it, and I know you probably listen to it, and you're like, no, whatever you're saying. If you have any suggestion, listen, I'm here to get better. If you have a better solution to what I'm saying today, slide in my DM. But please, you know what I mean? Activated podcast on IG. Let me know how I could get better and things like that. I'm open for suggestion. But like I said, this is just my own perspective on things, and obviously Shayna's as well. So we're just bouncing ideas back and forth. Now, another thing, and sorry if I'm getting on y'all ladies today, but Shayna was here to defend you guys, and she's doing an amazing job. Some of you guys don't look the same on Instagram than you do in real life. It's damn near offensive.
Do you know how many times I've been catfished? I'm on Tinder. Well, not anymore, but like, I used to be on Tinder.
Shout out to you.
Let me tell you, I had to put a caveat in my profile. Like, if you catfish me, expect to be cussed the fuck out because I'm done with this bullshit. Like, why are you pretending like you're 6'3" and when I meet up with you, you're
But
5'6"?
How can somebody pretend that they 6'3"? Explain. So like I said, I'm getting on you on ladies about this, and I would break down some of the things that I see. I've came up with this thing, and this is a long time ago. I'm not really good online. That's why it's never been my thing. Like I'm better in person. Like if I see you in person, my approach is much better. Online it's a lot of even my jokes just don't land the way that it should. So I've not been successful online in the times that I've had profile, whatever it was. But one thing I noticed is that whenever a girl just got all selfies, the all selfie chick is a big chick.
I'm an all selfie chick though. Haven't you been on my Instagram? No. I think I may have one full body pic, or maybe like
really.
Two. Like most of my pictures are selfies, and I'm not a big girl, guys. I'm not a big girl.
No, okay. So there we go. My theory went to shit again. Okay,
yeah, it's just
no, but okay, maybe
I got a
not.
cute face,
but maybe not. It's true, beautiful, but. See, now you got me thinking. Maybe no, but I'm be honest with you. Most we'll take you out of that equation, right? We're not talking about 100%. 96.7%. It's not many of y'all taking self. Because also what I noticed, when a girl has an amazing body, she always do the little dog pose. You know what I mean? The one that she always looking back, and it's usually two pictures. One with the front and the other one with the back. You know what I'm saying? So. I think that is what I noticed about that. And before I never knew about weave and things like that. I was very oblivious to all that stuff. My sister, they do wear weave now, but growing up, they weren't even allowed to have it. So I always, and I think my mom never wore weave. So I know a lot of time when I'm having discussion with people that are like, oh, but your sister, yeah, I mean, they do now, right? And now I'm grown, but like my entire, from 0 to maybe 18 or whatever it was, they never wore weave. So one time a girl took off a wig
in front of you.
Yeah, I think, and shout out to I'm
sorry.
Yeah,
no.
she took it off like a hat.
How were you with her? Like, was that your woman, or was that like?
No, we were in a. Oh, she gonna kill me when she hears this. She gonna kill me, but I mean, and like I said, I'm just sharing my experience, my story. This is not to throw no shades. We're in a group setting. We're at her house, and we've been drinking, talking the whole night. It was about 6 of us there, maybe 6 or plus. It was somebody's birthday. We're in a setting. I've never seen her without a wig. And at some point in time around 4:30, she literally just took it off, put it right in front of her. I said, "Wait, you gotta put that shit back on." I said, "You gotta put that back on." And
Oh man.
and she was killing me. And like I said, these are things that I'm learning, so I don't claim to. So that really raised my paranoia from zero. Now, as soon as I'm in a setting and a girl starts to scratch her head, I start to sweat. Like I'm sweating, I'm nervous because I'm like, oh shit, the wig about to come off. So that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of times, we don't look exactly on based on our Instagram or whatever. We don't look like that person all the time.
Well, who's gonna take a picture when they first wake up and post it on Insta? Not many people that I know. You're gonna wait till you're all done up and you're cute. You're going out somewhere fancy or whatever. That's when you're gonna post that Insta pic. Now, I'm not saying that it's okay to falsely advertise yourself out there on social media. Right. You should at least look somewhat like the photos that you decide. To post.
I mean, I like to think, like closer to that, like nothing too far. See, I also. See, I didn't really let you get your point, but I will in a second. I have the theory that when my outfit kill, like if I got on the outfit and I feel like, woo, this gonna kill, I don't take pictures till maybe the third, fourth time that I wear it. Because once that picture goes, the outfit goes. You know what I'm saying? I might wear it Friday. You know what I'm saying? Just come home and just put it, I don't even put it away. I don't fold it. I just leave it right there. Saturday, if I'm going anywhere, I say, yo, this shit was killing yesterday. Am I gonna run into anybody that I saw yesterday? No, I put it back on. So I could really, so to me, it's like when you are at your best, right? Shouldn't you wait like 3, 4? Anyways, that's my theory. But how do you feel? And give us some of the, because you're a woman, right? I don't know how men catfish women. Thankfully my hairline is not all the way back yet. Maybe in 10, 20 years. What are some of the things that when you look at a profile, you start to go, wait a minute.
You know what's funny? Because you said the selfie thing, but the selfie thing's a real thing. Because on Tinder, I'll be like, okay, you need to have at least like 3 photos of yourself.
Right.
And there needs to be 1 full body. And you need to be like beside a car or something that I can relatively tell how tall you are. Because, no, I'm not joking. I've been catfished by 2 really short men. And no offense to all you short guys out there, but
yeah, Shayna kind
I'm
of tall.
tall.
You
I'm real tall.
We're the same height.
Maybe I'm taller than you.
Okay, Shayna, don't do that.
Anyway, the man told me he's like 6'3".
Oh, he even said that?
Yes. We had we were talking on the phone for like a week before we met.
Oh, you were in love already?
No, but I was interested in meeting him. We got to know. It was around Christmas time last year. Okay. So I was doing some Christmas shopping, I was like, okay. And he sent me a message. I'm like, oh, I'm at the mall. He's like, oh, I'm in the area. I'll come to the mall. We'll meet up. Or maybe he was already in the mall. I can't remember. But I was with my brother. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go meet up with this Tinder guy. If he's weird, I'm going to call you.
Okay.
He tells me he's in some store. I think it was Guess or The Gap or something like that. So I go in there. I'm looking for the tall person in the room because this man told me he's 6'3". Don't see him. So I sent him a message. I'm like, hey, there's only midgets in here. Like,
oh, you really?
Where you at?
Oh, God.
He's like, I'm in here. I'm like, I don't see you.
What you wearing?
I was like, I'll be waiting outside the store. Just when you're done doing what you gotta do, I'll be out there. Some person come up behind me and gave me a hug. I had to look down like, who the fuck are you, man? Like, first of all, he didn't look like his pictures. Second of all, he was like a foot shorter than he claimed to be. I was like, my brother's waiting for me. I gotta go. Like, no.
And that was it. You took off on him and that was it.
Yep, went ghost. I won't lie. Didn't answer his calls again. Like
that is, but when you saw, I never understood why men would lie about their height because at some point in time,
I gotta meet you.
Yeah, like especially if you spit in that game. I mean, you in the phone all day, every night. Like me, my theory is I always undersell, over deliver. So I would a lot of the stuff that I even feel good about. I don't talk about it. I wouldn't even talk about. I know a lot of people like to brag about what they do for a living. Though I could be bragging, I don't. I stay away from it. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I work for X company. And you can already tell they thinking something else. And then when we meet, it's like you could just see their interest kind of peaking and going up. So I always, if you're into online things, please undersell yourself. So then when you show up, and if you're 5'3", bruh, you're not gonna grow 6 inches. You're over 18, 19 anyway. So your growth spurt is done. It's dead in the water. So people just gotta live their truth, man. Let's be clear. On average, 6'7", they're not the average. Anybody, I think, over 6'3", 6'4", they're not average height. They super tall. Average is maybe what, 5'6", 5'7". So
For guys?
yeah,
I hope not.
it is.
Damn.
You should. That's what I'm saying. So when you guys put these expectations, every girl want a tall guy, and I'll be honest with you, the man you marry might be your height or shorter. You should start to think about that because you are tall. You are tall.
The man I marry will be taller than me because I need to wear heels on my wedding day, and he still needs to be taller than me.
A man's height does not determine him as, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but
they say the shorter the better. You get to get in those.
Listen,
His,
physical attraction is important,
but it shouldn't be based on heights.
but it's part of it. That's like saying physical attraction shouldn't be based on weight. But if you don't like big girls, you don't like big girls, right?
I think the big girl thing, I think it's a fear. Like, if I assess you, I need to, in my mind, think that I could at least lift you up.
Well, in my mind, if I want to be with you, I need to think that I could at least be sexy in my heels standing next to you. You ain't gotta lift me up.
I mean, I guess we can agree to. I just never understood why women put so much emphasis in the height, because it's, and now and not to say you specifically, but once you start to look at, let's say 6'3", whatever it is, like you've slowly taken yourself out of sort of like a pool of guys.
Okay. But
that are good guys.
I'm not saying that he needs to be 6'3", though.
So what's the minimum?
He needs to be taller than me. Like 6 foot is the
You're
minimum.
5'11".
I'm like 5'9.5", 5'10". He needs to be 6 foot at least.
Oh.
I feel like 6 foot is reasonable.
But that is not average.
I don't want average.
Oh, okay. There you go. If somebody wants to get a hold of you, can you give us your socials?
You guys can follow me on Instagram. It's butter, but with a 3 instead of an E and an underscore at the end. So BUTT3R _.
Right.
That's pretty much it.
That's it. And if you've been listening to this point, of course, I would like to give you Activated Podcast. We are on Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube. And please go ahead and follow and like my Facebook page as well, as I will be posting some, all the update goes on there. And for those of you, and I really appreciate those that are already subscribed, and you guys even wait till midnight to hit me up like, yo, what's going on? I ain't hear the new episode. So I want to say thank you guys again for always tuning in. And I hope that listening to this conversation today, we did talk for some while. Hopefully you were able to pick up, like I always say, if you pick up one thing out of the whole conversation that we had, then we're kind of doing our job. Any last comment, Miss Butter?
Thanks for having me, Ibby. I've been looking forward to this for a while now.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, and you've tracked me down. Like thanks for being persistent. Because usually, like I said, I'll send the invite out, and then if person doesn't get back to me, I kind of move on. You know what I mean? But thank you for coming. And like I said, this is the Activated Podcast. I'm your host, Ibu, and you've officially been activated. Peace.